There was once a young man who wanted to learn the art of Zen. He traveled to a remote monastery in the mountains, where he met an old master. The master agreed to teach him, but only on one condition. He had to follow his instructions without question. The young man agreed, and the master gave him his first task. He handed him a broom and told him to sweep the courtyard. The young man was puzzled, but he did as he was told. He swept the courtyard diligently, hoping that the master would teach him something more profound. The next day, the master gave him the same task. He told him to sweep the courtyard again. The young man was disappointed, but he obeyed. He swept the courtyard carefully, thinking that maybe there was some hidden meaning in this simple chore. The third day, the master repeated his instruction. He told him to sweep the courtyard once more. The young man was frustrated, but he complied. He swept the courtyard angrily, wondering why the master was wasting his time. The fourth day, the master told him to sweep the courtyard yet again. The young man was furious, but he restrained himself. He swept the courtyard reluctantly, feeling that he had learned nothing from the master. The fifth day, the master gave him a different task. He told him to sit in front of a blank wall and meditate. The young man was relieved, thinking that this was finally something more meaningful. He sat down and closed his eyes, trying to calm his mind. But as he meditated, he could not stop thinking about the broom and the courtyard. He wondered why the master had made him do such a pointless and repetitive task. He felt that he had wasted his time and energy on something useless. He became restless and annoyed, unable to focus on his breath. The master noticed his agitation and approached him. He asked him what was bothering him. The young man opened his eyes and blurted out his complaint. He said that he had come to learn Zen, not to sweep the courtyard. He asked the master what was the purpose of making him do such a boring and trivial task. The master smiled and said, "You have been sweeping the courtyard for 5 days, but you have not really swept it. You have been sweeping your own mind, but you have not really cleared it. You have been so preoccupied with your thoughts and emotions that you have missed the beauty and wonder of each moment. You have been so attached to your expectations and desires that you have ignored the power and potential of your subconscious mind." The young man was stunned by the master's words. He realized that he had been blind to the deeper meaning of his task. He understood that by sweeping the courtyard, he was actually training his mind to be more aware and attentive. He recognized that by doing something simple and mundane, he was actually cultivating something profound and sublime. He bowed to the master and thanked him for his wisdom. He said that he had learned a valuable lesson from him. He said that he would continue to sweep the courtyard every day, not as a chore but as a practice. The master nodded and said, "Good, now you are ready to learn Zen." Moral: the power of your subconscious mind is immense and infinite. It can transform your life in ways you cannot imagine, but you have to access it and activate it through your conscious mind. You have to train your conscious mind to be more mindful and positive. You have to do this by doing simple and ordinary things with full awareness and gratitude. You have to do this by letting go of your ego and attachments. You have to do this by living in the present moment with joy and peace. This is how you can unleash the power of your subconscious mind. This is how you can master the art of Zen.